Right. The computer is basically, we can categorize into few groups based on the technology, based on the size and performance, ප්‍රමාණය විශාලත්වය මත නේද? Based on the technology, තාක්ෂණය මත, based on the usage, general purpose, the special purpose, the කියලා. Likewise, we can categorize the computer into few groups. So size and performance, we discussed. The largest one is largest one is supercomputers. Supercomputers are powerful computers which are there as farms. Farms with the supercomputers, large farms, because easy to maintain, and Google like large organizations use that. Mainframe computer is second to supercomputer, but there are two categories of mainframes. One is old mainframe, the other one is new mainframes. Old mainframe කියලා කියන්නේ ඉස්සර තිබ්බ කාමර වගේ විශාල computers. Earlier days we had computers, garage size control room, large computers of garage size control rooms. Garage size control room තියෙන large computers තිබ්බා. These computers are also called mainframes. In the පටලව ගන්න එපා. mainframe servers. Mainframe servers are coming under the second. Then the mini computer. Mini computers are also not mini computers are දැක්ක අර mini ගවුම් වගේ mini computers කියනවා පොඩි computers කියලා හිතෙන්න පුළුවන්. It's not mini computers. That mini computers. Mini computer is basically, mini computers are also large. It can provide service to large number of terminals, large number of computers. And finally, the microcomputers. These are mini computers. Finally, the මේවත් servers තමයි. Still, you can provide hundreds of users the service. Then comes to the microcomputers. The microcomputers are the computers that we are using. Based on the technology, analog computers, analog signals, මම කිව්වා දෙන ලද පරාසයක් අතර ඕනෑම අගයක් within a given range, if it can take any value between a given range, we call that analog. Within a given range, if it can take only the distinct values within the given range, we call digital computers. Analog, digital, දෙකම use වෙනවා hybrid computers. So we discuss about that. And today we need to discuss about the logical diagram or the block diagram of computer system. Before going to that page, I would like to sketch that in a empty sheet. So let's take empty Word document. And I'm going to sketch the logical or the block diagram. So this you need to remember. ඒකයි මම මේක මෙහෙම කරන්නේ. නැත්නම් මට එකපාර පින්තූරේ දීලා මේ තමයි block diagram. එහෙම කියනකොටදී මම මේක අඳින්න කැමතියි. Because when we are drawing, you can also do this with me. ඔයාලට මගෙත් එක්කම කරන්න පුළුවන්. When you are doing this with me, it's very easy to remember this. Okay. When you input something, මොනවා හරි දෙයක් ඔයාලා input කරාම, especially to the computer. When you input, a input නේද? හරිම කැතයි. Let's use English. When you input something, input කරාම ඊළඟට කොහෙටද යන්නේ? These inputs will go to, this will go to, yes? අපි computer එකේ මොනවා හරි type කරනවා. නැත්නම් අපි mic එකෙන් මොනවා හරි record කරන්න යනවා. අපි මොනවා හරි webcam එකෙන් input කරනවා. කොහෙටද මේවා යන්නේ? Yes? කොහෙටද මේවා යන්නේ?
To process the input.
Process. Before processing. Process වෙන්න කලින්.
To the RAM.
To the RAM, exactly. To the main memory. ඔන්න ඔයාලට check කරන්න පුළුවන්. Okay, what is 5 plus 7? What is the answer? 5 plus 7.
12.
12. Okay, tell me the answer. 5 plus 7 divide by 2, multiply by 4, subtract 6, divide again by 3, multiply by 5, and tell me the answer. Okay. Cannot remember, right? So you know how to multiply. I know that your brain is working, fully functioning, very good. The මොලේ වැඩ කරන්නේ නැති නෑනේ, මොලේ හොඳටම වැඩ. Brain is fully functioning. Okay, good. Right? You can multiply, you can add, you can subtract. But what is the problem? my question is very long, so you won't be able to remember the entire question at the end. Isn't that so? Can you remember all the inputs I gave?
Yes, sir.
So the problem is not the processor, it's memory. Because memory has a limited capacity. ඔයාලගේ memory එකෙත් එහෙම තමයි. ඔය කියන ඔක්කොම මතක තියාගන්න බෑ. It has a limited capacity anyway. Input will first go to the primary memory. Primary memory. Clear on this? Proof එකම කිව්වා තේරුණානේ? Right, okay. Then what? Hari, primary memory එකට යන එකක්. We need to keep this for a long time. If we need to keep this for a long time, can we keep it in the primary memory for a long time? Can we? No. It is erasable, volatile. It's quickly erasing. It's a temporary, volatile memory. Erase වෙනවා. පද්දාල මැකෙනවා. Voltage එක මත depend වෙනවා. හිතන්නකෝ දැන්. Can you remember the meal that you have taken 4 days before for lunch?
No.
Do you exactly remember? What did you have taken? No. Can you remember 5 days before, the time that you have just, the time that you sleep? Can you remember that? Normally not. Because memory will fade out. Right? But can you remember your name? No, still no. Can you remember your name? You can, right? Can you remember your grade? Can you remember your school? Can you remember your address? Yes, because you have written down, you have saved it. Okay, primary memory, if you need to save, we are using what? To save, we are using
Secondary memory.
secondary memory, secondary storage. Secondary storage, right? Secondary storage to save, we are using secondary storage. Okay, the things that you have saved can be opened. You think save karnewa, I open karana puluwa. You can open back to the main memory. Okay, if you want to display something, if you need to display something, where we put this? Show something. What is there?
Display.
Display or show something, it is output, right? It is output. Display, show something, yeah, it is output. Right. Next, sometimes once we give the inputs, we have to do something with that input because this raw input is not going to help us. Okay, we will collect some notes, we will collect, maybe we will write some letters, or we will calculate some, calculate the total, we will do the calculations, we need to put inputs, then grade 10 or 9 or the calculations, inputs, these things you need to keep somewhere. So that is called the processor. Not just the data, you need to send instructions to. Not just the data, you need to send instructions to. Data and instructions, you are sending it to both data and instruction. You are sending it to the CPU, the processor. Not just data, both data and instructions. Basically, these instructions, we will save it in our secondary storage. These instructions, we will save it in the secondary storage. Instruction, we will save it in our secondary storage. Sometimes with the data, when we are doing programming, we need to give the instructions as inputs too. Anyway, we'll consider this is given as this is given from the hard disk, but it can be given as input too. This bolded arrow represents instructions. Data, instruction, both. So you need to send it to something called Central Processing Unit, CPU. Actually, CPU have a few more components. One is for the calculations, ALU. CU, and there is another one, cache memory, and there are small memory cells called registers. Okay, so these are the things in CPU. One is ALU, control unit. This is to understand and send the control signals. Then cache memory, that is the storage in the CPU, and you have registers. Okay, so let's draw that. This is called basically the block diagram of the computer. Block diagram of the computer. Please write the heading, block diagram of the computer. I'll write it here, block diagram. And actually, if you draw another square, so part of these inputs, part of these outputs, and part of these main memory, ALU, all these are they are in a box. This box is called system unit. This box is called system unit. And sorry, I couldn't tell you another thing. And this part is called system box. The motherboard, power unit, all these things, and this part is called system box. That is not system unit, system box. And devices outside the system box, this input, secondary, output, these are called peripherals. I will draw that in another color. Okay, let's use purple color. If it is not clear, don't draw. This purple color area is called peripherals. Right. Now, let's move to the block diagram and discuss more. Right. You can see here also, is there anything else? I couldn't mark the data flow and instruction flow. Control flow, I couldn't mark. The control flow Control flow is basically how the control signals flow in From control unit to all the control unit එකේ ඉඳන් සියලුම මේවා වලට control unit එකේ ඉඳන් ඔක්කොටම හරි හැම component එකකටම control instructions යනවා. Control unit to all the components. මෙයාගේ ඉඳන් මෙතනට මේවට මේ කළු arrow වලින් පෙන්නන්නේ. From control unit to everywhere control signals are sent. Control unit එකේ ඉඳන් හැම තැනටම control signals යනවා. ඒකෙන් තමයි මේක පාලනය කරගන්නේ. It is like a traffic police sending the signals. Traffic police කෙනෙක් වගේ එයා signals යවනවා හැම තැනටම ඒක control කරගන්න. Right? Okay. Then actually so we learn about this block diagram. I explained this already. Data and information instructions fed into the main memory, and this will come from the secondary storage as well. Then in case of the processing, it will go to the processor too. So what are the functions of each? Permanent storage. So can you tell me which unit is responsible? Permanent storage. මොකද්ද වග කියන්න ඕන? Permanent storage. Which memory? You need to tell the word. Permanent storage. Which one is responsible? Come on your mics and tell me. නේද? mic on කරලා කියන්න. Permanent storage. Permanently මතක තියාගන්නේ මොකේද?
Secondary memory.
Secondary memory. Okay. Then temporary storage inside the processor. Temporary storage inside the processor. Cache memory and registers. Both, right? Cache memory විතරක් නෙමෙයි. Cache memory and registers. Then decoding instructions or understanding the instructions. CPU. Which unit in CPU?
Arithmetic and logical unit.
No, it is CU, right? Decoding instructions is done by CU. Arithmetic and logical unit, mathematical and logical calculations. Right? Arithmetic and logical unit is performing mathematical and logical calculations. Okay. Now you have a clear idea about the CPU and its functionality. Okay. The next important thing is the keyboard. Actually, when I'm talking about keyboard, still there are students who don't know about the keyboard. Unfortunately, in all-level classes also, there are students who don't know about the keyboard and the keys. For them, I need to give you a special note. This is for the students. I think all of the students are having this problem, not just you. But this is coming in grade 6 and 7. But I would like to give you this as a note. The reason is most of you guys are having the same issue as they do. Okay, let's write down this very quickly. Okay, this part let me explain. I have taken from grade 6, but still it's very important to you as well. Okay, in keyboard, what these keys do? In keyboard, what these keys are doing. So that is very important to know. So basically the first key is escape key. Escape key is used to exit from a menu. Escape key is the key in the corner. Escape, EXC key. To exit from a menu dialog box, right? Or window you can't exit. මොනහරි දෙයකින් අයින් වෙන්න. right click කරලා එන menu එකෙන් අයින් වෙන්න escape key. Dialog box එකකින් අයින් වෙන්න. Right? Message box එකකින් අයින් වෙන්න. You can use the escape key. Caps lock capitalizing. If you don't know, write down. Caps lock capitalizing. Tab key, increase and decrease intent. Increase intent කියන්නේ මෙහෙම ඉස්සරහට යන්න. tab එක තිබ්බම මේක ඉස්සරහට යනවා. Decrease intent shift tab. Coming back. Decrease intent. Tab and shift. Tab key එක use වෙන්නේ ඉඩ තියන්න. Space එකට වැඩිය ඉඩක් තියාගන්න. Tab. Increase and decrease intent. Shift key is basically a key. මේ signs දන්නවද බලන්න. Tilde sign, exclamation sign, @ symbol, hash symbol, dollar symbol, percentage symbol. You need to type these symbols. You need this shift key. This is a circumflex නේද? Circumflex. හරියට මතක නැහැ මට මතක විදිහට circumflex බලන්න. මටත් අමතක වෙලා වුණා. ඔයාලත් එක්කම ඉඳලා. Circumflex. Yes, that is the cap mark. Cap mark කියලානේ කියන්නේ අපි පොඩක්. That key is circumflex. Ampersand. Right, ampersand is this. Ampersand, right? Ampersand. And symbol. Asterisk. Oh. Asterisk. This is underscore. I know most of the students are having problems identifying these symbols. Tilde, explanation, @ symbol, hash, dollar, percentage, circumflex, ampersand, asterisk, underscore. With the shift key, you can type these keys. And what is this? Square brackets. And this is curly braces. This is called pipe mark. What about this key and this key? Evat pattern. What is this key? This key?
Backslash and forward slash.
Backslash. කොහොමද කියන්නේ backslash කියන්නේ නිකන් අනේ අම්මේ මට බෑ දැන් ඔයාලා උදේට මූණ හොදන්න යනකොට යන්නේ. අම්මා දැන් මූණ හොදන්න එක්ක කරන් යනවා. තාම පොඩි බබාලනේ. නේද? අනේ මට බෑ කියලා නිකන් පස්සට වෙනවා. එවනම් backslash. Forward slash කියනවා යමු මූණ හොදන්න කියලා. එහෙම යන්නේ. It is forward slash. Forward slash. Backward slash and forward slash. Now this මේවත් දන්නේ නැහැ සමහරු. Double quotation. This is
Single quotation.
Single quotation. What is this? This is දැක්කද දන්නේ නැහැ angle quotation or angle quotes. And this less than greater than marks. මේ මොකක්ද? colon semicolon. හරි මේකෙන් හැම සිම්බල් එකක්ම නෙවෙයි. දැන් square මේක with shift හරි. මේක shift එකත් එක්ක තමයි type කරන්නේ. මේක shift එකත් එක්ක යන්නේම මම with shift කියලා දාන්නම්. pipe mark shift එකත් එක්ක හරි. හැබැයි // shift එකත් එක්ක නෙවෙයි. මේ shift එක යටතේනේ මේක දීලා තියෙන්නේ. // is without click. Then double quotation with single quotation නෑ, angle quotation උත් නෑ, less than greater than උත් නෑ. colon with shift හරි semicolon shift එකත් එක්ක නෙවෙයි. Okay. Please write down this. ඉක්මනට ලියා ගන්න. So symbols that you can type in the keyboard. These are the symbols. Right. Next is basically function keys. F1 to F12. These are having special functionalities. Can you remember few function keys where it's having yes unique functionality? F1 ඉඳන් F11 අර උඩම තියෙන set එක F1 to F11. ඔයගේ මොන හරි unique ඒවා තියෙනවද?
F1
මොනවාද කරන්නේ F1 වලින්?
help.
Help. Yes, F1 help correct. තව මොනවද? What else other than F1? Anything else? F1 help එක හරි. F1 ගොඩක් වෙලාවට help ගොඩක් application වල help වලට දාන්නේ F1. Anything else? Yes. Only F1.
Yes, sir.
F2. F2 is for renaming. F2 renaming. F5 running, refreshing, run, refresh. ගොඩක් වෙලාවට run කරන්න, refresh කරන්න F5 use කරනවා. Run and refresh. Right? Run, refresh. Run and refresh. Okay. F2 is renaming. FN is basically used for the secondary functions. FN आप use करना secondary function. Right? Secondary functions are use करना F1 F2 එක FN plus FN F1 FN F2 brightness වෙනස් කරන්න ඒ වගේ දේවල් වලට මගේ තියෙන change in brightness, change in volume, backlight, secondary functions. Alt control key, especially for the shortcuts. Alt control for generating shortcut. Windows key, again shortcuts. And activate Windows menu. Space bar space. Application key for right clicking. Application key කියලා key එකක් තියෙනවා. Right click menu key කියලා කියනවා. For right clicking. Right click වැඩ කරන්නේ නැති වෙලාවට හෝ right click කරන්න ඕන වෙලාවට ඔක තියෙන Windows key එකට එහා පැත්තේ. බලන්න Windows key එකට දකුණු අත පැත්තේ තියෙන. දෙවනි Windows දකුණු අත පැත්තේ තියෙන Windows key එකට දකුණු අත පැත්තේ ගොඩක් වෙලාවට. ඒකෙන් menu එකක් අපිට ගන්න පුළුවන්. right click කරාම එන menu එක ගන්න පුළුවන්. Del key is for the deleting. Home insert and home key. End keys go to the end. Home keys go to the beginning. Insert key activate overtype mode. Right? Overtype mode. Right? Overtype mode කියලා කියන්නේ මොකද? සමහර වෙලාවට අපි type කරනකොට ඉස්සරහින් තියෙන එක මැකෙනවා. සමහරට එහෙම experience එකක් තියෙනවා. programming එහෙම කරද්දි වෙනවා. අපි type කරන ගමන් type කරන එක දැන් මැද්දෙන් type කරා කියමු මෙහෙම. මැද්දෙන් type කරනකොට ඊට ඉස්සරහා තියෙන එක මැකෙනවා. එහෙමනම් ඒකට හේතුව insert key එක press වෙලා overtype mode එක activate වෙලා. Right? Some of you don't know about this. Insert key එක press වුණාම ඒ වගේම control insert පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන් copy වලට. Shift insert paste වලට. Copy paste කරන්න control insert copy, shift insert paste. Control insert copy, shift insert paste. Page up, page down, again navigation key, screenshot එකක් ගන්න, arrow keys navigation, number pad to type numbers, ඒ වගේම විශේෂ symbols දෙන්න ඕන නම් ALT key එකත් එක්ක number pad එකෙන් 65 letter A, alt 0.174 there are special keys, alt එකත් එක්ක මෙන්න මේ වගේ විශේෂ keys type කරන්න පුළුවන්. Copyright මේවා විශේෂ keys නේ. These keys can be typed with the alt and ALT key එකත් එක්ක number pad එකේ තියෙන numbers key වලින් press කරන්න ඕන alt එක number pad එකේ number එකක් press කරලා අතාරින්න ඕන. alt එකත් එක්ක one smiley එකක් එන්නේ. alt 1 smiley hina මූණ බලන්න. alt and 1 number pad එකේ 1 හරි. අර උඩ තියෙන 1 නෙවෙයි. alt 1 etc. Okay, now you have a clear idea about these key combinations, alt keys, etc. Control keys, shortcut keys, everything. Okay. Right, let's move to the book now. Here the typing keys, function keys, special keys, numeric keys. මේ මෙතන තියෙන numbers වලින් තමයි අපිට විශේෂ ඒවා කරන්න පුළුවන්. හරිද? ALT plus these numbers, number pad. Right. So next we have to learn about the pointing devices. Pointing devices are basically this cursor movement and pointer movement. Pointer එක කියලා කියන්නේ mouse එකේ point එක ඔක move කරන්න පුළුවන්. So what are the pointing devices? Can you name a few? One is mouse. Anything else? Yes, touchpad. තව කියන්න. I like if you can talk. Mouse, touchpad, touch, yes, stylus, tracker ball,
Joystick.
some joysticks, light pen, drawing pad and pen. These are pointing devices, right? Pointing device. Mouse, tracker ball කියන්නේ mouse එක අනිත් පැත්ත හැරෙගොම වගේ. Mouse earlier mouse it has a ball. පරණ mouse වල ball එකක් තිබ්බා. ඔය ball එක roll කරනකොට තමයි එතන move වෙන්නේ. හැබැයි අලුත් mouse වල තියෙන light එක. අර පරණ mouse වල තියෙන board එක අනිත් පැත්ත හැරෙව්වම tracker ball එක වගේ. Right? Tracker ball. එතකොට බෝලයක් තියෙන. එතකොට අර mouse එක ගෙනියන්න ඉඩ ඕන නැහැ. tracker ball එක තියේදී mouse එක ගෙනියන්න ඉඩ ඕන නැහැ. So something like this track ball or tracker ball. Right? එතකොට joystick උත් එක වර්ග තියෙනවා. different joystick types. Steering wheel එක වගේ තියෙනවා. හැම joystick එකක්ම මේවා වෙන්නේ නැහැ. Some joysticks are working as pointing devices. Some joysticks are working as keypads. There are different types. Different joystick types are there. Okay, tracker ball, joystick, stylus කියලා කියන අර පෑනක් වගේ එනවා වෙනම touch කරන්න. Drawing pad කියලා චිත්‍ර අඳින කට්ටියට තියෙනවා වෙනම එකක්. Right? චිත්‍ර අඳින කට්ටියට තියෙනවා මේ වගේ drawing pad කියලා වෙනම එකක් and with a stylus like in a pen. So especially for drawing purposes. Right? So this is also a pointing device. Okay. So these are, and touch screen is input and output both, right? Touch screen කියන්නේ input එකක් තමයි හැබැයි output එකකුත් වෙනවනේ screen එකකින් හින්දා. And it is also input output device which is having a light pen. Okay, තව ලියා ගන්න බැරි මෙතන නැතිව ලියා ගන්න. So light pen වලට එනකන් තියෙනවා. Then what else? Stylus, tracker ball, drawing pad and pen. These things. Digital camera, actually I don't like this to call an input device. Most digital camera කියන්නේ පුතේ digital camera එක වෙනම system එකක්. It has a processor. ඒකට processor එකක් තියෙනවා. මේ screen එකකුත් තියෙනවානේ. ඒතකොට input කියන එක වැරදි නේද මේකට? පොතේ එහෙම දාලා තිබ්බට. input නම් ඉතින් මේ lens ටික විතරක් තියෙන්න එපේ. හැබැයි මේ screen එකකුත් තියෙනවානේ, output එකකුත් තියෙනවා. ඒතකොට මේකේ input output දෙකම තියෙනවා. ඒ විතරක් නෙමෙයි save කරගන්න memory එකකුත් තියෙනවා. It has a memory too. Right, input, storage and processor too. Processor එකකුත් තියෙනවා. මේක CMOS processor එකක් තියෙනවා. memory එකක් තියෙනවා. Therefore this is a different system, right? මේකට ඉතින් input device කියන එක කමන්නේ නැහැ ගිහිල්ලා විභාගෙට ලියන්න. You can go and write in the examination, but that is wrong. හරි. වැරද්ද වැරදි දේ වැරදි තමයි පුතේ. ආයක විභාගේ නෙමෙයි විභාග කොමසාරිස් කිව්වත් වැරදි දේ වැරදි තමයි. ඒතර මේකේ input device එකක් කියන එක හරිම වැරදි කතාවක්. හැබැයි ඉතින් විභාගෙට ගිහිල්ලා ලියන්න digital camera. Digital camera webcam හරි. webcam හරි. webcam කියන එක කොහොමත් වෙන්න ඕනනේ. webcam එකක් අරන් ගිහිල්ලා පාරේ ෆොටෝ ගහන්න බෑනේ. You need a computer to connect that, no? That is input device. ඒකේ storage එකක් එහෙම වෙනමම screen එකක් එහෙම තියෙන්න පුළුවන් දියුණු කරලා. නැත්නම් normally තියෙන webcam එකේ නෑ. හැබැයි digital camera කියන්නේ නම් පුතේ it's a separate device. Digital camera is a separate device. No argument about that. That is a computer, small computer actually. It's not input device. This is wrong, but correct for your examination. Okay. Then closed circuit televisions. Closed circuit කියන්නේ මේකෙන් බාහිරින් දේවල් දෙන්න බෑ. ඒක ඇතුලේ තියෙන දේවල්ම විතරයි. Not to show something outside, it's basically internal system. That is why called closed circuit television, CCTV. That is also true. That is input. Can agree. But the thing is only the camera, right? Only the closed circuit television camera. CCTV කිව්වොත් ඒකත් තරදී. Why? CCTV is a system. CCTV is a ඒකේ monitor එකක් තියෙනවා නේද? Haven't you seen that? There's a monitor. ඒතකොට input device නෑ. Right? ඒතකොට input device විතරක් නෙමෙයි. හරි. CCTV camera හරි. හැබැයි CCTV හරි. CCTV වල DVR තියෙනවා, storage තියෙනවා, monitor තියෙනවා. Therefore CCTV is wrong, but CCTV camera is correct. Okay, scanners, different scanners are there. Flatbed scanners කියන්නේ හාන්සි කරලා තියෙන එක. හරි, flatbed scanners කියන්නේ මේ මේසයක් උඩ තියෙන එක. Handheld, barcode තියෙන බලන්න handheld. අතේ තියාගන්න ඒවා. Handheld scanners. QR code scanners. And there are a lot of scanners that we are going to learn. Okay, we will study that part next week today. There are a lot of scanners and I will discuss about all these scanners and printers next day. Okay, then I'll stop from here. Good night. See you all next week.
Good night.
Good night, sir. Thank you.
Good night, sir. Thank you.